Interested in smart LED lighting that will make your home the talk of the neighborhood? Here are 10 things you should know about OSRAM Sylvania Lightify flex strips. Stay tuned. Hi again, John Stone, the DIY Smart Home Guy on the channel. It's all about helping you make intelligent home automation decisions for your affordable smart home. Today we're going to look at the OSRAM Sylvania Lightify RGBW LED strips. This video is not a paid endorsement and I receive no compensation for making this video. Product links in the description are affiliate links and I may receive commissions if you purchase product through an affiliate link. These fit into the category of smart connected lights and they're full color LEDs, meaning you get red, green, blue, and a wide range of adjustable white. These are full spectrum LEDs, which means you can control the strips and make just the right color using these red, green, blue color combinations. You might remember that I've shown these lights before. If you watched my part 2 of the How to Start Your Smart Home series, you saw that I'm using these accent lights on my home theater display, under my bar, and around my guitar case. I have these hooked into various robots in my Wing Hub too, as well as a few Stringify flows. One in particular that I really like is the flow that cycles the lights through the various colors at sunset before settling on a nice midnight blue. I also have these integrated into my Amazon Echoes and Google Home, but to be honest, I rarely control the flex strips by voice commands since my schedules and robots are so efficient. Inside the box you'll find this sexy 12-volt power supply, the Zigbee LED strip light controller, and 3 of these 2-foot light strips. These are high-quality LED strips. I like the rubberized coating that covers the electronics of the LED strips. I've seen a similar design on outdoor strips, but I'm not sure I'd be comfortable using these outside. So I thought it might be useful if we compared a couple of different LED strips from different manufacturers to these Lightify strips. So when we look at the Lightify, I mentioned this little rubber coating on here. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but there's a nice rubber coating that goes on the outside of this. This is an indoor strip right here, and you can see there's no coating. These things are just raw out in the elements. Now this wouldn't be too bad if you were going to use this under a counter or something, but it's pretty flimsy. These are very affordable. I think this is a 32-foot strip. It's a 24-volt LED strip. It is cuttable and all that kind of stuff, but you can use this under counters as long as you're going to use it in an area that's kind of out in the way. This is a outdoor rated LED strip, and really it's the same in principle as this one here, but they put this nice rubber sleeving around it. It does make it big and bulky. I don't know how well it works. I haven't used this one outside either, but this is supposedly an outdoor rated one. Now, one thing that I do look at is the number of lights here. I don't really have a problem with the brightness of these Lightifys. But you can see some of these other strips have more of the light emitters on them. Now, similar LED strips that I've found that have this nice rubberized coating on them sell for about $35 for maybe a 16-foot roll. That's about $2 a foot. Now, one of the things that you have to realize with these other brands that do come at those less expensive costs, these things are infrared controlled, so you can see the little IR receiver here. And this is the control box, so you can compare that to this Zigbee controller here. And the LEDs, they come with this little LED RGBW remote controller. Now this isn't too bad, except for the fact that, as you've seen around my house, I have 5 or 6 of these things floating around, not literally floating, but you understand what I'm saying. So that means I'd have to go around and turn each one off and on with this little remote control. Now, because this is a Zigbee light, the Lightify is a Zigbee light strip, that means I can bring it into my Wing Hub or my SmartThings app, and I can control them through my smart home. But for $2 a foot, you've got my attention, and we're going to talk about this again in a few minutes. So don't click away just yet. You're going to want to hear this. I'm working on a video that walks through my outdoor lighting configuration. Essentially, I'm installing outdoor LED lights around the eaves of my house to create year-round seasonal lighting. You know, the right colored lighting for whatever the holiday is in that particular season, not just those Christmas lights. It'll be one of the most complex demonstration videos I've ever done, but I'm sure you'll like the result. So now's a good time to click that subscribe button and the bell icon to make sure you don't miss the release of that video. If you shop around, you'll find these Lightify flex strips ranging in price between $50 and $70. You'll find links for this product and other useful videos in the description below. For this price, you're paying about $10 a foot for smart LED lighting. Now that does include the power supply and the controller, but it only gets you up to 6 foot a strip. You can buy a box of expansion strips for between $30 and $40. This box gives you 2 2-foot strips, which maintains the price of about $10 a foot. So the lesson here is you really have to decide how important it is for you to have full control over your LED lighting through your smart home hub. Remember, your alternative is using these little infrared remotes, which for me is pretty much a pain in the butt. You can either use something like a SmartThings Hub, a Wink Hub, or you can pay Sylvania the $30 to $40 for the Lightify Gateway, which pretty much is limited to Lightify devices and maybe a few other Zigbee devices. I'm still a big fan of a full home automation hub, so you already know my choice. Now, my research tells me that there are ways to get the Philips Hue and the Lightify flex strips to work together from the same hub, but I've not actually tried it. Since I bring everything into my Wink and SmartThings hubs, I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Instead, let's cover LED connector cables and mixing Lightify strips with other LED brands. OSRAM Sylvania does sell this handy box of connectors. In the box you'll find connectors ranging from 1.5 inches to about 10 feet. There are also two of these little connectors down here that are T connectors, and you can find one of these connectors that'll take you from the Lightify LED strips over to the Mosaic strips. In a pinch, these will let you connect the 5-pin Lightify flex strip to the 4-pin Mosaic strip. If you can do without the white light, this also may be a less expensive option for you. If you're not interested in the Lightify strip connector sampler platter, you can purchase extension connectors from third-party companies. A company called Kabenji makes a variety of 5-pin connector cables just like this 1-meter connector. And Isumic also makes some compatible connectors, including this splitter. I've also found these connectors with solderable pigtails, which gives you even more flexibility for not only LED flex strips, but LED lights in general. For example, if you've got that brainy idea of buying a cheaper brand of LED strips and plugging them into your Lightify setup, the first thing you need to know is that the pins on the Lightify strips may not be in the same positions as a normal LED strip. You'll notice that the pin sequence on this Lightify here is black, red, green, white, then blue. On the other brands, they're most often black, red, green, blue, and white. If you try to plug them in without taking this into account, your white light will come on when you're expecting blue, and your blue light will come on when you're expecting white. This ain't gonna make you happy. This is where this little beauty comes in handy if you have DIY soldering skills. You can put two of these together and reverse the white and blue wires, and voila, the problem's solved. The only thing you need to worry about now is that you don't go beyond 20 feet and that you're using 12-volt LED strips. If you need to cut these strips, you'll see cut location indicators on both the Lightify strip and most other types of LED strips. Just be careful to cut in the correct location. The app is actually pretty straightforward. I only have this one light inside the app right now because I control everything through either my SmartThings Hub or my Wink Hub. But let's go in and take a look at that light, and I do want to show you a couple of features that are in this Lightify app because they are kind of cool. Now you can change colors. They have a nice full spectrum color wheel here, and you just drag and drop that little dot over to whatever color you're looking for, and so that's pretty simple to use. So you've got your favorite colors here, so we can do red, we can do green, you can do blue. So it's pretty cool. You got a couple more in there. So the other thing that's pretty cool is you have this little camera function right here. Now with this camera function, you can take a picture of just about anything, and then you just simply swipe that little dot around, and let's pull that dot over to red. Let's get it further on the red there. And so you can pick colors off of a palette, and that's pretty sweet. So if you're trying to match a color or with something else that's going on in your room, just take a picture of it, and you can change the color of the lights just by moving over to whatever color you might be trying to get a picture of. So that is a pretty cool thing inside the Lightify app itself. Okay, so I've removed the Stringify strip from my OSRAM gateway, and now we're going to go ahead and put that into my Wink Hub. This is a little tricky, not too tricky, but it's a little tricky because when you go in here and look for setting this up, when you come under lights, you're going to see a section for OSRAM Smart Plus Bulb. Now what that means is these Lightify strips do not have their own setup utility inside the Wink Hub. You're just going to set this up like a normal Lightify bulb. Just do the normal. You're going to go in next, 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 connect. All right, and then we're going to need to power it off and power it back on. And we get that flash there. That 3, then 4 sets of flashes there means that this has synced into the Wink Hub. And then it takes just a couple of seconds for it to come up in the app. There we go. Done. We'll scroll to the bottom. And now let's go in there and edit this light. And let's go over to color. Similar setup as you would over there inside the OSRAM gateway. You just use that little color wheel there to change the colors. And you got some pretty nice spectrum going on there. And get this over here to kind of a purplish, and we can control the dimming on it as well. So it's pretty functional. I really do like that. And all of the other functionalities that you'd expect are the same. Once the strips are linked to the OSRAM gateway or your home automation hub, you'll have full control with your Amazon Echo or your Google Home. And the last thing that we have to do is say, computer, discover devices.
Discovery is complete. I found 116 smart home devices.
Once that's done, it's as simple as saying, computer, turn on lab LED.
Okay.
That's it. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, I'm working on an awesome outdoor LED light setup as we speak, so be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notification of that and other great videos. And were you counting? There were way more than 10 things. Under promise, over deliver. Leave a comment below to share your experiences with Lightify or other LED strips. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to click like. Over here, there's a couple of other videos that you might enjoy. And thanks to all of you that already support this channel over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/DIY Smart Home Guy. Until next time, cheers. Experiences. That's a wrap.